The video you are about to watch is a approximation or facsimile of what home distilling might be like. Distilling may in fact be illegal. You need to check with your local laws and regulations to figure out if you can do so or not. I would never distill alcohol at home and break the law. Any scenes depicting distilling or distillation, or drinking for that matter, can be explained by YouTube magic. Using various techniques, I'm able to create an awesome facsimile of what distillation could be like. If you should see me drinking a spirit, well, that's most likely a plain vodka I bought at the store or a bourbon I bought at the store or etc. Any drippings from a still are actually, in fact, 100% water. All right, let's jump into the video. Hey everyone, it's Bradley, the Portly Gentleman. It's great to have you here today. Today's video is all about the Still Spirits Airstillpro. Now, before I get ahead of myself, which I'm known to do, is I get nutty. Number one, Still Spirits did send me the Airstillpro, as well as the essential kit for testing to play with. They haven't compensated me for the videos I'm gonna do on this product, testing so I could share my experience with you guys. I'm going into this as a very, very novice distiller. As far as a home brewer, I would say I am a moderate, kind of intermediate home brewer myself personally. Distilling, I don't know a lot, so I will make some mistakes on this journey, and that's part of it. The Airstillpro is something that's been out for about a year, I believe maybe a year and a half at this point. It is something that I really wanted since they announced it. I've reached out to them for the past year trying to get a hold of it. I've connected with people at numerous trade shows. Finally, I got a hold of someone at Bevy, you know, in charge of Still Spirits, basically, at least their social media stuff. Super cool guy. Thank you so much. You know who you are. He got this sent over to me, and I have it here today. Research it, mash it, boil it, ferment it, drink it, analyze it, share it. Home brewing is good. So what did they send me? Well, first off, I got the Airstillpro. I got the Essentials kit, which we'll go over in just a minute. And I also got a parrot. We're gonna start with the parrot. What is a parrot? Well, they make them out of copper and stainless steel. And they basically parrot things. You put in spirit in one end, you put an alcometer in the top of it, and it basically will let you know what's coming off of the still at that point in time. Now on the Airstillpro, it's a smaller still, so I think the parrot holds about 100 milliliters, so you really only want to use it for stripping runs, or at least that's my understanding, but it's definitely a nice little piece of kit. It works really well, and it functions as intended. There's the alcometer sitting in it, and as this will begin to float or sink, depending on the density of whatever's coming out. It's like a copper with a clear coat. But yeah, that's a parrot, and it's been fun to mess around with. They also sent me the dark spirit yeast nutrient, as well as some enzyme packets, both alpha and beta amylase enzymes, as well as one package of whiskey yeast, which, I mean, one? It was generous, but it's not enough. You're gonna need more, trust me. So the Essentials kit. This is something at first I wasn't sure about, but now that I've got it and I have it, it's actually a really nice little kit. It comes with everything you need for distillation for using the Airstillpro, as well as the Airstill, which, side note, is cheaper. It doesn't have some of the functionality of the Pro, but I'd very much like to play with that one now too. But anyways, I digress. So it comes with, about 5 pounds of dextrose, as well as turbo yeast clear, some carbon to put in there and other stuff. So you can basically ferment, your first run right out of the box and get straight to work. It's super cool. It also comes with a little fermenter. I think it's about 3 gallons or 11 liters. It's plastic, it gets the job done. It has a little spout for draining things. Honestly, I've really, it's not bad at all. I do like it. It also comes with a spoon for mixing, which is going to be super critical. It comes with an alcometer, like I said just a minute ago. It also comes with a hydrometer and a cylinder. A hydrometer is used for looking at the density, trying to figure where you're starting out with your mash or your wash, whatever you want. Wash? Yeah, it's a wash. It's a wash. It's all a wash. So you start out with that, put it in there. That's going to help you figure out how much potential alcohol you have. It also comes with a charcoal filter of sorts. It's a gravity filter. You can put the spirit through it and filter it through activated carbon, which is super useful, especially for turbo yeast. Included are a few bottles of their top shelf essence. This is basically something you can add to a neutral base spirit and flavor it to, whatever kind of spirit they have. I have 3 of them. I haven't tried them yet. If you guys want to see me try it, I definitely will. It also came with still conditioner. This stuff is super useful for putting in so you don't have any sort of foaming or stuff like that when you're distilling. So one capful does it. Good stuff, and it works as intended. Also included in the essentials kit are some ceramic boil enhancers. Obviously, as I've alluded to numerous times, I also got the Airstillpro. Now the Airstillpro is an all-in-one, almost think appliance-sized distilling apparatus. You could distill water, spirits, all sort of stuff. It's got dual functionality, meaning it'll act as a pot still as well as a reflux still. In reflux still mode, you're gonna produce a very neutral and high proof based spirit. It's super kind of dependable and it seems to work pretty well in this mode. You get about 500 mils per run, depending on what you put into the boiler ABV to start with. In order to access these two modes, you do have interchangeable tips. They are enabled with a P and an R. That's for reflux and pot still modes. So depending on whatever mode you've selected, you need to change the tip. The Airstillpro also comes with 3 of these automated 4-shots collection chambers. As someone getting into the hobby, 4 shots could be a little bit daunting. They are technically the part of alcohol or part of the distillation that you would not want to consume. So it's nice to have these extra containers. These are glass, so clearly glass is glass and glass breaks, but they give you enough. That way, at least you have a couple spares if you should use it or misplace it. One of the things I was curious about is how does a 4-shots collection work? This holds about 25 mils, about as much as it fills up to, and there's basically a float on the front of the Airstill where this plugs in. Once that little float shuts off the flow, then it starts to run. So it's not like a digital automation, it's mechanical, but it definitely seems to work really well. Also included in the Airstill are more ceramic boil enhancers. The essentials kit's just extra stuff that, like I said, I think is really useful personally, but it comes with those, so you're pretty much ready to go right out of the box. One thing you do have to do, and that is cleaning. So I've watched a few other videos, and certain creators made cleaning seem like it was gonna be really hard and daunting and just be difficult. Well, I am used to cleaning brewing equipment that is significantly larger than the Airstill's 4-liter or about 1-gallon capacity in its pot. I can tell you cleaning, all you need is 50% vinegar, 50% water. I believe into the still you dump in like 750 mils of each. Put them in there, equal parts white vinegar, super cheap, and let it run for 20 or 30 minutes in reflux mode. To get to reflux mode, you first power it on, it goes to standby, long press the button and hold it, it changes color, you're in reflux. Quick press will drop it into pot still mode. So reflux is that long press and hold to get to there. As far as cleaning everything else, so the boil enhancers, the tips, the gin basket, which we'll get into in just a second, soak that in 50-50 vinegar, let that go. It says about an hour in a hot solution. That's what I did. Worked out easy. Cleaning is a breeze. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's super, super simple. I also ran mine through the Parrot, so that way I got that pretty clean. Wanted any oils or anything that were in there taken out of it. I did kind of mess up here in the beginning. I didn't run it with a tip. You're supposed to run it with a tip installed. It's a pot still tip, I believe is what the instructions say. You'll have to read yours when you get them, and the instructions, like I've mentioned, are quite good. So I ran it without the tip, then I put the tip in, and it worked better, cleaned the whole system out. The Airstillpro, this is the still head from the front side. On the top here, this does open up, and this is where you put in saddles, both stainless steel and copper that come with it. It's also got this little tiny gin basket. This can be used to put in some sort of medium or flavor into the vapor column as it's being distilled to infuse that flavor. The saddles that are inside of here are quite difficult to get out, not impossible, but it is the whole biggest pain in the butt of the whole product. Basically what I found is just tip it over like so, repeated times, everything will come out. Make sure you put them on a towel because they do have a tendency to kind of bounce and go all over the place, and some of them are quite small. So it's gonna be easier to put it over a towel and shake them out, clean it. They do recommend to clean this every 4 runs. So how does the Airstillpro work? Well, it has no water for cooling. It uses air. It has a fan that comes on once the distillation begins. And there is a coil in here. I believe it's stainless steel. It has some fins in it, and the fan blows air. It draws it in from the bottom here and takes it up over the top and exhausts it, and that cools the distillate back from a vapor into a liquid. and it comes out through this handy little spout. It also has a plug here on the back that you use to control the boiler, and the main power plug is on the front. 240 and 120 volt versions are available. They both have the same amount of heating power. They are limited, I believe, on how much cooling power the fan essentially has to sell. It does take about an hour to heat up for a run. If it's a spirit run, boiling temperatures are different, so it heats up a little bit quicker. It also depends on volume inside of the container. One other thing, so I've seen a lot of fuss made about getting this guy off of the boiler at times. There's a couple tricks, and I've had no problem with this. You could take off this top cap to relieve suction, or what I've done is just pretend the boiler is attached. Just grab it by the end here and just rock up. And it comes right off, super simple, without any fuss or issue. It's really easy to operate. So as I've alluded to, I have used it at this point. This is just a quick overview to show you what you can expect. Honestly, I have had more fun with the Airstillpro than I ever thought I would. It's been super enjoyable, and I've been using it a ton, and I'm eager to keep using it. There's lots more content on the way, believe me. Anything you want to see in particular, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. These still spirits also seems to have all these on sale right now. They are on sale here in the US. I would recommend checking out More Beer. I'll link that below. The sale is really good. I don't know how long it's going to go on for, but definitely check there. I know over in the UK, the Malt Miller has them. I would check their website. Over in Australia, Kegland, I know carries them. I'm not sure if they're on sale there. And I'm not sure what other markets are carrying it. I will also link down to Still Spirits website. I'm sure they can provide you with resellers around the world that have it, but definitely if you're in the States, check out More Beer, links below. So all in all, I think it's an awesome little package that I got. I do recommend the Essentials kit. I really like it, especially if you're a home brewer, you may already have a lot of this stuff, but some of the stuff you won't have. And it's just nice to get it all in one convenient package. It all works together and plays together quite nicely. So stay tuned, like I said, for more content where I put this through its paces. We have lots to do. It's gonna be fun. So remember, as always, I've been Bradley. Home brewing is good, and I'll see you real soon.